Okay, you guys, let's look at this Tarotoscope. Man, I have to show this to you. First, Donald's solar return. This is a solar return. What does he have on the midheaven? 5 Capricorn. On his birthday, this is where the sun was. It came exactly to 22 degrees, 55 minutes Gemini, and this is what it was like over Washington, D.C. The midheaven is your highest point of achievement. That's where you strive to go, because remember, that's the sun's highest point. Actually, it's where the earth over Washington, D.C. is 100% facing the sun. So he has Saturn and Pluto intercepted. See this 10th house? Totally intercepted in Capricorn. That is why this summer, with the eclipses down here in Cancer, it's like we had this summer of terror with all of, like, every weekend it was another crisis, whether they were missiles, it was Iran, they were shootings, it had something to do with the border. This is why, like, shock and awe, death and destruction. But we've moved out of that because this is no longer relevant, because we've moved out of summer, which is the season of Cancer, and we're in the season of fall. On the ascendant here, you see this? For the Libra new moon, exactly 5 degrees Capricorn is on the ascendant. So it is in exact square energetically to the midheaven. Even though the midheaven matches this, this is the ascendant, which the function is life to the chart. In this chart, life has already been given to the chart. You're striving to achieve. So just those qualities are at odds. Furthermore, with this solar return, remember we started here in June, July, August, September. His sun, because the solar return chart calendar and the way the sun moves is different, he's now locked in the 10th house for all to see, in the most public house. Furthermore, you know, I love talking about eclipses. This new moon chart in Libra, remember I said we had 28 degrees Libra at the top of the chart? Here we go, that beast. The January 21st blood red total supermoon lunar eclipse. It lasted like 2.5 hours. It was a beast last January, encompassed North and South America. That energy is still active. We are in this nasty T-square. First of all, Uranus, 28 degrees Aries. The lower heaven, everything that is grounding this location, what it's balanced on, 28 degrees Aries. Uranus, unexpected, upheaval, shocking news, and Uranus is right there, kissing the lower heaven the entire time. This is what the gift of this new moon. 5 degrees, 5 degrees. And as the sun moves on, right now this was on Saturday at 5 degrees Libra. We are hitting, every time we hit a planet in this chart, we're hitting an eclipse click point. So we're just the sun alone. I'm not even talking about Mars, Venus, Mercury, and the midheaven and the ascendant. No, I'm just talking about the sun. Still at 5 is going to hit Saturn. This is going to be a doozy of a day. Saturn, so that's in like, well, 5, 6, in about 6 to 7 days, it is going to get brutal. 6, and then when it enters the crucible of this midpoint, 13 and 21 Capricorn, these midpoint planets here, holy cow. Like, this is suffocating. This is like, Donald is already chained up by the devil and being judged, if you want to think about those tarot cards. This is like being that, but you are so pressed up against a wall, you have nowhere to move. And if you make one sudden false move, and you're trying to balance the world on the top of your chest, it'll crumble. This is what a precarious, delicate, focused situation that lays on top of him in Washington, D.C. And it's really going to heat up in about 6 to 7 days. I would not be surprised, because these are cardinal signs. I don't know other people's charts. Also during this time, I would not be surprised if there are some really challenging natural disasters and some prominent deaths. Related, not related to this, hold onto your butts. And it's just going to, right through to the time the sun goes, even when the sun goes into Scorpio at the end of this month, plus 5-6 days, it's horrible. Oh my gosh. So when the sun gets 13 Libra, that might be at the quarter moon, which is also a crisis point. Not only is it going to square Saturn and Capricorn, the Mars was 13 Aries then. This is so, I just can't believe it. So when I recently posted that Libra quarter moon, and where I can't stop laughing because everything is so awful. I haven't even touched his solar return chart yet. That's why, because I have no words to describe the awfulness. Oh my gosh, you guys. Delight. Just for every awful moment we have had since the beginning of his presidency, it's like we get the reverse of that within about a month span. It's going to get really good. It's going to get really good for democracy, for our country to get out from underneath this insanity, this noose that's been around our necks. Okay. So let's get on with this Taroscope for Donald. Okay, so on the ascendant for this new moon Libra for the next of this month, what is the life-giving card for Donald? The Nine of Cups, the Trump crime syndicate. So this would be all of his back channels and his campaign and his family. In the first house, how he's identifying himself this month is the Ace of Pentacles. Now remember, the Ace of Pentacles reversed was showing up as the whistleblower activities back when we first discovered it. His secrets, I know I'm going out of order, but this is just how the story is being told. The secrets, we have Jupiter there, magnifying things. Jupiter in Sagittarius is law enforcement. Faraway lands, philosophy, religion. Five of Cups, these are his secrets, hidden enemies, inspiration. Seems a bit disappointing to me. Let's go up to the 9th house, Putin's house. So much activity. Donald is... Seven of Cups, trying to disguise it still, trying to run interference, trying to pretend like nothing is there. But in the 10th house, what do we see? We know better. We see the King of Pentacles, Donald, before Donald is candidate. And then in the 11th house, hopes, wishes, and dreams for Donald, a Knight of Cups. He is looking for a knight to help him out. Actually, this is my card of him when he puts out offers. So his hopes, wishes, dreams are that this month he's going to be putting out more offers back there, hoping someone will help him out. Because in the 2nd house of income, Taurus is the natural ruler of this house. He has the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles has been Mike Pence for me as he is flipped. But Knight of Pentacles can also be all the people who ran from the cabinet who are doing money interference, like Pompeo, Ross, and Mnuchin. In the third house of communication, reasoning, contracts, electronics, communities, neighborhoods, learning, the Six of Swords. He is trying to get to calmer water in this aspect. I'm glad to see this here because I hope it means our communities are going to be safer and getting back to normal and settled. In the fourth house, which we have a major eclipse click point sitting on the planet of Uranus, and we have Uranus in the fourth house. What's happening here at home? Oh God, the Six of Wands, Six Wands mob. So he has put the Six Wands mob, Trump, Putin, Un, Xi, Netanyahu, MBS, and the like, in charge of something here at home. Just a second. Okay. So in the fifth house, traditionally ruled by the sun, which is right here, we have ruled by Venus. Donald is a Gemini. He has the Nine of Wands. He, as Fotis, is feeling a bit embattled, a little burnt out. In the sixth house of day-to-day work, service, this is also our military, and I'm putting our intelligence agencies here because of investigations. He has the Six of Cups, which has to do with the Republican Party, but I think it has to do with children and families and those separations. There's a lot more going on here that I haven't quite figured out yet. And let's see. In the seventh house of We the People, you know, he always sees us as his opposition. He has the Magician. So that could be Attorney General Bill Barr. It could also be Kim Jong-un. I don't like that this is in the fourth house and then doing, I just don't like this here. In the eighth house we have Trump's taxes, tax returns, other people's money, inheritances, bribes, payouts, special favors, politics, life, death, transformation. We have the Five of Swords, the Mafia card. Five of Swords has also been Paul Manafort for me. Maybe we're going to be hearing more about that. And also his hired hitmen. So it'll be interesting to see what the Six Wands mob and Putin pick for this. But we're going to go to, oh, we'll see. We'll see when I do next. Okay, who's up next?